Hey there, welcome to Canadian Tech Videos. Today I am going to be looking at something Canadian. As you may be able to tell from my channel name, I am Canadian. I'm not only Canadian, but I'm a proud Canadian. I am very proud of the things that we make here in Canada. Well, except for maybe the TV show Canada Shore. That one is a major embarrassment. But other than that, I'm very proud of the things we make here in Canada. And I saw one day that there is a distro of Linux that is made here in Canada. So I thought, well, I definitely have to check that out. So what I'm going to be doing today is I am going to be downloading Maple Linux. I'm going to be trying it out to see if it is something that is uniquely Canadian, or is it just another distro of Linux that just happens to be made here in Canada. Well, I guess there's nothing to do but pitter patter. Let's get at her and let's download that distro. And here we are on the website for Maple Linux. Of course, this is linked in the description below. So the first thing that we see is that this is a Debian-based version of Linux, and it's built for Canadian users. Scrolling down a little bit, we see some bullet points that it is fast, it's free, which I really like, it's powered by Debian, it's privacy focused. This is something that I'm really interested in. It's built, it was built modeled on Canadian and EU privacy standards. So I'm really excited to see that. It's customizable and reliable. Scrolling down a little bit more, and I come across something here that I actually really agree with. Right here in this little blurb, it says, despite being a G7 nation, Canada is lagging in terms of its digital independence. That I will 100% agree with, which means the fact that they are doing this here in Canada with this particular version of Linux, I have high hopes for it. I'm really excited to take a look at this. Go down a little bit further, past some information here that if you're interested in this version of Linux, probably should just go over this whole thing, give it a quick read. But I've come across something that I think is funny. At least, I mean, I think it's funny. I don't know if it actually is or not, but here it says, it runs great on older PCs, even ones that are 5 years or older. Yeah, I hope so, considering that everything except one computer that I own is significantly more than 5 years old. And then it goes on to say the requirements is a 64-bit x86 CPU, which means, yeah, you could go back as far as 2003 with that. So that's 23 years old. So I guess my 8-year-old Acer Aspire is going to be a great test for this. Scrolling down a bit more, past more information, and you come across this screen right here, which is something where you can view all of the codeberg.org repo. So you just, it's all down, oops, it's all on the sides here. If you want to look at any of these packages, you just have to click on them, and then you can just read it over. Now, granted, this is a little bit beyond my ability to understand exactly what's going on here. I get the gist of it, but if this is something you want to do, take a look under the hood of this distro before you download it. You can do it all right here on the website. All right, well, let's whack this onto a USB stick and put it on my computer. All right, we have here my Acer Aspire, which is kind of in pieces, but that's because I have a video coming up where I'm turning this into something new. But for now, we're going to try running Maple Linux on it. We're booting off the USB stick here, so here we go. And there we go, the first look at Linux, Maple Linux. So, got a Canadian flag down in the corner here. I'm just going to go ahead and install this on the hard drive here, and then we'll see how that goes. I'll let you know if it's just a normal Linux installation or if I run into any problems. I've been playing around with Maple Linux for a bit now, and I think the first thing I need to address is, well, other than where this distro is made, what makes it Canadian? There is, there's this little maple leaf down in the bottom corner here for the menu button, and other than that, I couldn't find much. There's not even any distinctly Canadian background options. I had to import my own picture for the background. If we take a look in the folder where the included images are kept, you have the login screen, which is a red screen with a little maple leaf on it. And then over here in the Maple folder, you have one picture, which is a picture of the sky. And, well, the sky's not very distinctly Canadian. Go back to backgrounds here, go into the GNOME folder, and all you've got are just your basic backgrounds here for Linux. I think they could have at least included some Canadian backgrounds. There is a lot of choice for landscape photos across Canada that would look great. Like this one right here, this is just a random picture that I took with my phone when I was at my cabin one day. Other than the complete lack of Canadianness on the surface, this is actually a distro that comes with a lot. You have not one, but two options for web browsers on the home bar down here. You've got Firefox ESR, and you've got LibreWolf. And LibreWolf is one that uses DuckDuckGo for web searches, so there's a nice little choice there right on your home bar. You've also got your standard file icon, the terminal, and Gedit, or gedit. I'm not sure actually how it's pronounced, but this is a very easy to use text editor. Now, of course, on my home bar right now, I've also got a couple of other programs open that are not normally on there when you first load this up. I've got a LibreOffice document, and I've got my OBS, which is currently recording this. Now, the first thing that I usually do when I load up a new distro, I haven't done it yet, but is I go down to the menu here, and I look at the firewall. What I want to know is this, the very first firewall on a Linux distro that I've come across, that the default will be that it's turned on. Nope. No, it's not. Honestly, if developers of Linux are trying to get it to be more user-friendly and attract people that may not be as tech-savvy as you once had to be to run Linux, I think starting with having the firewall turned on as the default would be a good idea. The average non-tech-savvy person likely won't think about turning the firewall on, which they probably should have it on if they're just using the computer for general day-to-day web surfing, bill paying, and things like watching YouTube. All right, now we've got the firewall turned on, which I don't know how many times I'm going to repeat myself, but I am going to keep doing it. That should be the default if they want to attract an audience of more people to Linux. Let's take a look at all of the programs that are on here. Now, I've only actually been using Linux pretty much full-time on all my computers for 5 months now, so there's a lot of programs on here I really don't know anything about. But, you know, this looks like it comes with a lot. I really didn't have to download much on here to just get up and running here. Screenshot, one that I use a lot. standard on here. G-Note, nice for making little notes on your when you have to do stuff. Education, you've got a dictionary. Games, I mean, it comes with a bunch of games on here. I mean, granted, they're pretty simple little games, but they're a good time killer. Under graphics, you've got document scanners, document viewer, all that kind of stuff. LibreOffice Draw. Internet, as I said before, you've got your Firefox and your LibreWolf. You've got some other internet stuff here. Thunderbird Mail, one that I use a lot. Glad to see that's on here because that's what I use on my main computer for my email. Under Office, you've got the entire LibreOffice suite, which comes in very handy. It's all I use now. And again, you've got your dictionary and your document viewer. Under Sound and Video, VLC Media Player, that is one that I use pretty much for everything. OBS Studio is the one thing I actually had to download on here just to get up and running for recording this video. Otherwise, everything else pretty much was already on here. Under Administration, you've got all kinds of stuff like your login window, System Monitor, your terminal, stuff like that. Preferences, a bunch more programs here, your Bluetooth Manager. You know, I've got a few Bluetooth devices that I use, so always having to use that. Other things, here's your firewall configuration. Again, should be turned on, but it's not, so you got to go to there, turn it on. Looks like you can use this on a tablet type of thing, because there's for touchscreen, gestures, graphics tablet. Nightlight, not sure. Network. Screensaver. Ooh. So you can customize when you want the screensaver to start. Lock your computer when it goes to sleep. Customize it. Always show you a clock. Anyway, yeah, as I said, I'm not overly familiar with a lot of these programs, but it looks like this comes with basically almost everything I could think I need and a lot more. And that is my initial look at Maple Linux. So, what do I think of it? I do have to say I'm a little bit disappointed. Don't get me wrong, it is a full, well-rounded version of Linux that definitely something to try out if you're just getting started in Linux. Am I going to run out and download it and put it on all my computers? Probably not. Am I going to at least have it on some of my computers so I can continue playing with it? Definitely. The biggest disappointment that I found with this is that on the surface there is nothing that really makes it distinctly Canadian other than one maple leaf. So I think, yeah, include a few things that are very Canadian-centric. If you're trying to make something that is made by Canadians, for Canadians, have something Canadian in there, is my thought. But I guess with Linux, there's nothing to stop me from adding all my own Canadiana to it. So that's what I'm going to probably be doing over the next little while as I run it on at least one, maybe two of my machines. It's not going to become my main Linux distro for now. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Right now, I say thank you to my Patreons whose names are rolling by on the screen. If you're interested in supporting this channel on Patreon, the link is down in the description. And when you support this channel on Patreon, you're not only helping out this channel, but you're helping out my main channel, which is Canadian Retro Things. And yeah, so you get a 2-for-1 there. With one support, you support 2 channels. All right. So thanks for watching this far, liking, subscribing, and commenting on the video. That is the stuff that YouTube really loves, and I have nothing else to say, but I will see you in the next video.